also ahead. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Verstappen and in front of Sainz, Russell and Bottas. Currently the fastest lap is at 1:36.7. Less than one lap of fuel left now, the tank's pretty much empty.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Verstappen, Taylor and Lewis Hamilton. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. Here we are again then at Le Castellet for another round of this year's Formula One World Championship. Renault took their first French Grand Prix win all the way back in the inaugural race in 1906, but it was another 73 years before they could take their second. I'm sure Alpine will be pushing hard to delight the local fans here today. The circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6 mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected to be going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around 205 miles per hour. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Sainz, Valtteri Bottas and Fernando Alonso, Mick Schumacher, Tsunoda, Norris and Daniel Ricciardo, Hamilton, Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Albon, Gasly, Magnussen, Esteban Ocon and Nicholas Latifi, Joe and Taylor. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. It's just about time to go to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Natalie Pinkham, what types of strategy do you think we can expect going into today's race?
Well, there's a lot that both driver and the team have to keep in mind when going into a race. The tyres, fuel, energy recovery system, the list goes on and on. But I think the key to today's victory will come down to the pit stop strategy. Come in too soon and you might find yourself needing more than one stop. Too late and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by spending longer on worn tyres.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway here on the south coast of France. Every driver will be caring for their tyres in this race, especially in the final sector. As in previous races, the tyres have been known to struggle at that point. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
track, but officials aren't looking to push for safety car right now. Just be careful. P13, you're currently in P13. Vettel's ahead of you, Leclerc behind. Okay, so gap to the leader is 5.1 seconds. You've got 4 laps until your pit window opens. 13 laps to go. Check your MFD. Keep it up. Nice move, good job. And you've got P7, 7th place. That's Schumacher just ahead. Push for the position. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. That's Alonso behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. The distance to the leader is 4.6 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 12 laps to go. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. Got that confirmed. Currently sat in 6th. Bottas ahead. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Schumacher behind you now. They're on fresh softs. Okay, gap to leader 4.5 seconds. And your pit window opens in 2 laps time. And 11 laps to go. Okay, there's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time and there are so far no plans for a safety car. Fourth position. You're in Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay. Okay, you're sat in P2. It's Verstappen ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 2.6. Second place, you're in second place. Verstappen's ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 2.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Russell behind, less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, your pit window opens next lap. Okay, we're into the last 10 laps now. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more soft. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 40.1. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. P12, you got P12. That's Latifi just ahead. Push for the position. And gap to the car in front is 3.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, Bottas behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 4.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader is 24.1 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. And that's 8 laps to go. Carlos is in the pits. Verstappen's just moved into first place. Okay, you're sat in P2. It's Verstappen ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Russell behind, and the gap behind us is 1.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, 7 laps to go. 0.7 seconds. That's P1 and Verstappen's behind. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.9 seconds. afraid you've been... You're in first position, front of the pack. Verstappen behind you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of it. Five laps of fuel remaining. You're leading the pack, that's P1, and Verstappen's behind. Okay, the gap behind is 3.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 4 laps remaining. Verstappen behind you now. Our gap behind is 5.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Come on, just 3 laps to go. 3 laps. back. We've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Pack, that's P1 and Verstappen's behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 7.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic, amazing, you deserve that race win. Well done, mate.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. So Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we could talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those that we've witnessed today.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Taylor increases their championship lead. So then, Natalie Pinkham, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Taylor. They pushed and found some fantastic performance. It was an absolute pleasure to watch.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, I can't wait to see what's next.